Welcome to Barron's Roundtable, where we get behind the headlines and prepare you for the week ahead. I'm Jack Otter. Coming up, the challenge from Chinese AI is growing. Is America's tech lead at risk? What investors need to know. Plus, the AI boom is driving billions into energy. We'll tell you which companies will benefit. We begin with our expert panel and 3 things investors ought to be thinking about right now. On the Barron's Roundtable, my colleagues Josh Schaefer, Teresa Rivas, and Andrew Berry. So, Josh, volatile week in the markets. In fact, it was downright ugly for some of the market darlings.
Yeah, Jack. So the artist formerly known as the Magnificent Seven is really turning into the Lag Seven now. So if you look on an index level, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ both closed lower this week. The Dow was actually a little bit higher, but what was dragging down those 2 indexes, the S&P and the NASDAQ, large cap tech, your Apples, your Microsofts of the world. So what happens with these cap weighted indexes, if you look at the S&P 500 versus, say, the equal weight S&P 500, the equal weight isn't as influenced as much by large cap companies. So large caps would be, again, Apple, Microsoft, et cetera. That equal weight, it makes Casey's General Stores the same as Apple. And what we saw with the equal weight, it actually outperformed the S&P 500 by the most on a weekly basis, second most in the last 20 years. Wow. The most going back to the pandemic. So what that's telling us, there are a lot of stocks still going up in this market right now, if you look at healthcare, industrials, et cetera. But the issue really lies within that large cap tech trade.
Yeah, you've seen a really big sell-off in some of the Mag 7 stocks, particularly Meta and Microsoft. They're down about 30% from their highs and actually trading near 52-week lows. That's actually made the valuations on some of the Mag 7s more attractive. I mean, you've got valuations around 20 times earnings on Microsoft, around 15 on Meta, and around 20 on NVIDIA right now.
I think investors are just worried how much these companies are going to be spending. So CapEx has been a big discussion for the Metas, the Microsofts of the world, Alphabet. And then you have Micron come out this week. They say, we're doing great. Earnings are up over 1,000% over the last year because everyone wants memory chips. We're charging 60% more than we were charging last quarter for memory chips. That's great for Micron. Stock was up 15%. It's a big concern for the other big tech companies because they now have to pay more to get those chips that they want. And investors are worried, is that eventually going to hurt margins? How does that sort of play out across the board is the concern at the moment.
Before we move on, I got to ask you, is Lag 7, is that yours? Did you coin that?
I would say the internet has gathered
right.
Lag 7 at this point. It's too easy, right? Mag 7, Lag 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of Micron's gains are Apple's pain. Andrew, tell us about that.
Well, I mean, Apple is a big consumer of memory chips for all its products, including laptops, iPhone, and others. And it's been absorbing these sharp increases in memory costs without passing it on to consumers. But it basically caved this past week on Thursday, announced price hikes of averaging about 20% on some of their Mac laptops. I mean, one of the key ones went up by about $200 to $1,200. So the issue is Wall Street is worried about demand destruction and whether or not you're going to see lower demand for some of these Apple products because of the price hikes. And it'll be a test because they have a more affluent customer base, which has generally been more immune to price increases.
They're not only affluent, it's practically cult-like
right.
Among those of us who like Apple devices, and they're all connected. You don't want to move outside the sphere because they work so well together. At what point, Andrew, do consumers say, no mas, I'm going to stick with my iPhone 17 and not get the 18?
Well, this is going to be a big test. Actually, the key development is going to be come September when they roll out the new iPhone, the iPhone 18. And the Wall Street Journal reported that the price of the base iPhone could rise $200 per phone to around $1,200. So it'll be an interesting test to see whether people must have and need to have those phones come September.
All right. Let's move on to AI. Have you heard about that, Teresa? It's a big thing now. Yeah.
Just a little.
So once again, we're spooked that could the Chinese models, even though they're not quite as good as the American ones, they're so much cheaper. Sounds like Chinese products, right? So much cheaper. Maybe we just say, okay, that's good enough.
Exactly. So we've seen this before, right? Back in January of 2025, the whole DeepSeek panic kicked this off, but it was recently revived. On Twitter, Elon Musk was saying that some of the Chinese models could catch up to the frontier versions of Anthropic's Claude as soon as the first quarter of 2027. And the founder of one of the Chinese models said, no, it's going to be soon sooner. So, and at the same time, you have Satya Nadella, who's the CEO of Microsoft, saying all these tokens are too expensive from Silicon Valley. He admits he's a token maxer himself. That means he measures his productivity and how many tokens he uses, and he says this is too expensive. Microsoft is considering using a Chinese AI, so the concern is real.
Yeah, that's bad news for the companies who want to go public soon, but also for Google, which has Gemini, very strong, and yet over the past, I think, week or couple of weeks, they've lost 4 key people, mostly to Anthropic, but also to AI.
Absolutely.
The OpenAI, that is. Yeah.
Earlier this week, John Jumper, who's the Nobel Prize winner, he left Google DeepMind to go to Anthropic, which is a big concern. And as you say, he's part of a bigger pattern. But if you think about it, cheaper Chinese AI isn't bad for everyone. We already talked about Micron, right? But the hardware and equipment makers, NVIDIA, of course, and others, data centers, if more people are using AI because it's cheaper, that's great for them. And also for the companies that have been looking forward to adopting AI because of all the productivity gains, if they're able to do so more cheaply, quicker, that's great for them.
True enough. Google, more bad news for Google. It was added to the Dow. Verizon was dropped, which means buy Verizon, sell Google. That's not investment advice, but it's a bad pattern for companies that join the Dow.